This is Optimal Startup Daily, episode 547, Why Creators Should Narrow Down Instead of Expanding, and 3 Essential Tips for Handling Criticism from Your Audience, both by Greg Audino of Vibely.io. Hi there, welcome to Optimal Startup Daily, where I read to you every single day, including weekends and holidays, from some of the very best blogs on entrepreneurship. Now today, I've actually got 2 posts for you from Greg Audino, so we're going to get right to them as we start optimizing your life. Why Creators Should Narrow Down Instead of Expanding, by Greg Audino of Vibely.io. As a content creator finds success, they might also find the temptation to expand into an entirely new market. It's the finance coach who has changed the lives of so many of her clients, feeds off their enthusiasm, and decides to become a life coach. Creators, this is a mistake. History has repeatedly shown that the greatest brands are those which leverage their reputation to carve out a well-defined niche, rather than merging with another field and betting that their name will be enough to gain the attention of a different audience. Why is this the case? 1. People care about what's first, not what's best. The feeling of security that comes with sticking to what one already trusts is all-powerful. Once someone is introduced to a leader in a new industry, there's a short, dwindling amount of time in which a competitor can convince them otherwise. For passive followers, it's too stressful and time-consuming to look through everyone's work and consider what's best. And 2, people want to feel prestigious. It's hard to feel prestigious if, when you're telling your friends about your new yoga instructor, they say, "Isn't that the guy who bakes those world-famous cakes?" Instead, people want to know that they're part of a signature product and receiving what at least is their interpretation of expertise. It makes them feel more confident in what they're consuming and more confident in what they're telling others they're consuming. How to beat this as a creator? It's essential for creators to do what they do best, which is creating. Be the first to create new niches in your field rather than making sudden jumps to a different, hot market. For example, if you're a finance coach who has done well but finds it hard to separate yourself in such a large field, a good approach might look like this. Finance coach, does well, realizes that 75% of followers are women and 60% of those women are from Alaska, finds that most engaged posts are videos in which you talk about starting a business, decides to specialize in helping Alaskan women make the jump from employees to entrepreneurship. You can rely on your analytics to help you hone in on the types of people you serve best and what their pain points are. This is how new niches are born from one broad industry, and this is how creators succeed. Will this trend ever change? Emotions run the world, and with content creation on the rise, it's easier for people to buy anything from the creators they love and trust simply because of the emotional attachment. Over time, this could certainly make it easier for well-known creators to dip their toes in different industries and convert sales. However, we aren't there yet, and trying to fulfill the needs of too many different followers in one batch of content still proves ineffective. Even if it does become easier for creators to sell across different markets, I would urge you to remember that, money aside, you're likely able to provide much better content and information by narrowing down your niche, as you'll be able to cross a lot of your knowledge over and share it with a more engaged audience. Now I have another post coming up in just a sec, but first, if you want consumers to talk about your brand and think about you when they're making purchases, influencer marketing could be perfect for you. But you might have been afraid or hesitant to try it because it seems too risky and not measurable. #Paid understands this, and that's why they're the #1 rated influencer marketing platform on G2 Crowd. #Paid makes it easy to test influencer marketing. Here's how it works. You tell #Paid about your brand and campaign. They find creators who are genuine fans. Then, they create high-performing content to share with consumers who are interested in buying. And that content is yours to reuse and repurpose. You'll never have to spend hours searching for influencers or haggle with them about compensation or legal. And you'll never be left in the dark on performance. Possibly best of all, they only use real, quality content creators. Get started with creator marketing and creator whitelisting for $499 a month. And Optimal Startup Daily listeners get $500 of free working spend on your first campaign. Learn more at #paid.com/OSD. That's HASH tagpaid.com/OSD. 3 Essential Tips for Handling Criticism from Your Audience by Greg Audino of Vibely.io. As a content creator, it can be jarring to receive backlash or criticism from your followers. You may feel a sense of imposter syndrome, betrayal, defensiveness, or anything in between. It's all too easy for feelings like these to make us lose composure. But the smartest creators know that no matter how successful they've become, it wouldn't be possible without the support of their followers. So, how can we play nice when they start saying things we don't want to hear? 1. Focus on hearing their point, not proving yours. When someone criticizes or opposes us, it's natural to feel our ego flare up and turn our focus towards winning an argument. Creators must remember the value of their followers and use that value to overcome their desire to protect their ego. When a follower disagrees with you or encourages you to take a different approach, remember that it's an opportunity to learn from them, establish yourself as a good listener, and strengthen your bond with them. These are much more valuable wins for your career as a creator than the winning of an argument. 2. Focus on their experience, not on them. At its core, this confrontation is about them wanting a different experience. Disregard any words that may feel like personal attacks and focus on what they're really asking for. A productive approach for you to take might be, how can I meet their needs, meet in the middle, or respectfully decline their request if it's out of alignment with the brand or my values? Outside of this interaction, you might also find it helpful to ask yourself why the follower came to desire or expect a different approach, if a trend might be starting, and what role you play in stopping this or played in starting this. And 3, focus on respecting their feelings and your feelings. You both have feelings about the issue at hand, and they're both valid. Separate and acknowledge the 2 sets of feelings before entering into a discussion. Some things to keep in mind when doing this are, their feelings are different from the problem that they're presenting, are in search of validation and support, and are not worthy of being judged. Your feelings are also not worthy of being judged and should not be projected onto them when solving this problem. Maybe you can relate to how they're feeling, but how you want them to feel, or the way you've dealt with similar feelings in the past, should not be the focal point. You just listened to the posts titled, Why Creators Should Narrow Down Instead of Expanding, and 3 Essential Tips for Handling Criticism from Your Audience, both by Greg Audino of Vibely.io. And thank you to Greg. Greg Audino is a Rhode Island-born certified life coach and graduate of Goucher College. As an actor, he has had principal roles on shows like Westworld and NCIS. He's also the host of Optimal Relationships Daily as of 2020, and also hosts the Optimal Living Advice show, where he offers solutions to common everyday struggles. So definitely check out those shows. You can always search for Optimal Living Daily in your podcast app to find all of our podcasts. But that is going to do it for today. Hope you're having a great day and week, and know that I will be back here with you tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.